Hi everyone, Rgarmctar again, and today I am playing Battlefield Bad Company 2. Uh, Not exactly the most popular game anymore, at least on console. But I'm going to talk a little bit about today is the divide between PC and console gamers. I don't know if a lot of people ever talk about this subject, but it's something that I really care about. And I bring this up today because I was playing this game earlier, and I had to really get back into it because I haven't played it in a long time. I have no clue why I didn't hit that guy. But I'll get him. Don't you guys worry. But I was playing earlier today with a few people from England because there's hardly any servers anymore. And I was playing with them, and they were really concerned about each other. There was like a brotherhood between these people, and I don't know if they knew each other or not, but assuming that they didn't, it was something that was really interesting to me, that they really cared about how they performed in this. And it made me think about the divide between PC and console gamers. And I know some PC gamers that, are completely modest about that they play on PC. They're not all pompous and stuck up and like, oh, well, I'm superior because I use a mouse and keyboard. And I know some console gamers that are the exact same way, that they don't think they're any better because they use a little controller. And I don't think any one is better than the other. I think it's something that comes down to preference, because there's only two options. There's either PC or console. I don't know of anything that's in between. There's not like a virtual reality thing yet that I know of, or that's popular enough to be in like the consumer market. There probably is somewhere that I don't know about. But overall, these are the two things that we're stuck with. And it doesn't make any sense to me that we should, alienate one another over our platform preference. I mean, we're both camps, I guess you can call them, are gamers nonetheless. So why create the the hostility? I guess it just doesn't make any sense to me. To me, it's sort of a symbiotic relationship where one thing affects another. So if there's something like violent games such as this getting banned, then that's going to affect both parties. It's going to affect both groups. So I just don't get it. Maybe somebody can elaborate on why there's this big divide. I've heard a lot of PC gamers rant and rave about how, oh, you're just a little kid with your console and your baby controller and your baba, and it's like, well, no, it's just my preference. This is what I've grown up with. Yes, I am a console gamer, so I can speak for myself, saying that, I don't think console's any better than PC. I just play on this because it's what I'm used to. This is what I prefer now. Sure, I would love to play on PC. I would love to be a PC master, to be like the Counter-Strike guy shouting boom headshot the whole time, but I don't have the ability to do that. I can't facilitate that. I wish I could. I'd love to, but I can't right now. Maybe someday I will, and maybe someday I will enjoy doing it, but at this junction, this is what I get. And I enjoy this. The graphics aren't too terrible, and that's what a lot of PC gamers criticize console gamers about. Well, you guys just get used to poor visuals and poor controls and just overall sucking. Well, it doesn't suck because this is what they like. Is it bad if someone prefers like an 8-bit game? No, because it's something that they prefer. It doesn't mean that it sucks. And if we're gauging quality by visuals, then we're going to have a serious problem in the whole gaming industry. Which, I know a lot of people do gauge quality by visuals, but I'm speaking just in terms of, yes, everybody acknowledges and everybody knows that for the most part, PC can offer better visuals, arguably better controls, and depending on who you talk to, they'll say, hey, mouse and keyboard is superior to the controller because X, Y, and Z. Another person can say, well, the console is superior to the mouse and keyboard because of this, that, and something else. So there's, again, that's why it comes down to preference. It's because I don't think either one is better than the other. And I can say this confidently and competently as a console gamer that I don't think what I play on is better than a PC. I think this is actually worse. And I only think it's worse because I feel limited sometimes. Yeah, sure, this looks pretty good. This video quality, yeah, it's decent. I'd say, I'd even go to say it's a few clicks above decent. But that's because I'm playing when I'm actually playing this, I'm playing at a lower resolution than what's being recorded at. I'm playing at 720, and this is recording in, I think, like 1020 or something. But no one would really know that, except for I told you guys just now. I know I'm gonna get a bunch of hate mail or something, but no. What I'm trying to get at is that, as stupid as it may sound, and as cheesy and corny and teen movie as it may sound, we're in this together. We're in this whole gaming thing together. There's no reason to alienate each other over the platform. It's stupid. It's silly. It's childish. It's juvenile. Why do it? I mean, we could band together and have the companies and the corporations make something great. No, but I don't know. It just seems silly, and maybe one day there'll be more crossover. I would love to see more crossover. Portal 2, that's like the pinnacle of crossover between console and PC. Because from what I understand, one who's playing PC can also play with one who's playing on console. And a couple people have been trying to get me to do that. Actually, only one person's been trying to get me to do that, but I'm gonna say a couple. And I'd be delighted to do that. I just gotta rake up the money to get that. But I mean, again, I would love to to be able to play a PC well. I've tried it, and I'm so bad. It's pitiful. And I've tried several times, and I've tried with this game a few times, and I've tried with games that are infinitely, in my opinion, more difficult, like Red Orchestra. If you've never played Red Orchestra, play it. You will be, for lack of a better word, you will be flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted when I played it. But enough about the whole philosophical divide. It's not really philosophical, but the whole divide between PC and console gamers. Let's talk about what I'm doing right now. So, as you can tell, this game isn't going 100% as well as I would hope. I kind of turn on the afterburners here and there, but for the most part, this is relatively average. And I was doing well a few times. I didn't want to record my earlier rounds because they were just warm-ups. And it turns out that my earlier rounds were actually my best ones. This is the story of my life when it comes to trying to record gameplay. So, I'm going to talk about what I do in this game. So, right now, I'm just using an assault rifle with a 4x scope. I mean, that's pretty typical for most assault classes. But, usually when I play, I use a semi-automatic rifle with a 4x. Why? It's not because, their damage is higher or anything like that, even though it is. It's because I love the counter-sniper role. I love, out-marksmaning the marksman, if that is even a phrase that exists. But I love outclassing the people that are supposed to, be like the best shooters, because it just bugs me when they're sitting at, on the top of their little towers or their little hills, and they're just, taking pot shots at people. It's frustrating and it's stupid, and when I have a person on, my squad that's doing that, I get so irritated at them, because, play the objective. And I know it's just a game, but play the objective, please. Don't just lollygag the whole time. I mean, yeah, you can do whatever you want. It's just a game, and you can do whatever you want, but, for the sake of everyone else, just put a little bit of effort into it. Just make it so, we can kind of win. And not that in this round I'm carrying the team or anything, even though at the time I thought I was. Like, when I was playing this, I was like, these teammates are stupid, they just stand there, and I'm doing all the work. But in reality, I mean, I think the work was pretty evenly divided throughout my squad. But the role of the counter-sniper, I play that role 100%, except for right now. So, I'm going to say 90%. And I changed my loadout. If you saw right when it started, I had a little highlighted on the semi-automatic. I think it was the Garand probably. That's because I was using that in the round before this. And I got destroyed. I was just getting completely smashed. So I got discouraged, like I do when I lose over and over again. When I get killed constantly. I switch it up. I am 100% in support for changing your tactics according to how the game is going. So that's what I did. So using an automatic, it's usually pretty beneficial. You have a higher capacity, you have a higher fire rate. You kind of get a, at the expense of damage and accuracy. So, this is what I'm using right now is the M416, which to me is probably one of the better assault rifles, next to the AN-94 and the G3A3. However, the G3A3 is really, what's the word, acquired taste. You have to really practice with it in order to get good with it, and this goes for both this game and Battlefield 3. It's not something you can just pick up off of somebody and expect to use it really well. It's something you have to practice with, and you have to really want to get good with it. Because the G3A3, it doesn't shoot super fast, but it has really high damage and has a huge upwards recoil. And that could be a hindrance or that can be a benefit. I'm not going to go into that right now. I'd rather go into that in a commentary where I'm using that weapon. So next one, I'll be using that. Don't you kiddies worry. But the counter sniper rule, I think people should play it more. Because it's going to be really beneficial. Because if you're doing a counter sniping role, and I'm the best shot in the world right here, marksman 100%. But if you're doing the counter sniping role, you don't just have to kill the snipers. You can do infantry as well. Where if I'm doing an exclusive sniper role, where I look like a Wookiee, I'm only going after the enemy team snipers. And I know that's a sacrifice to my kill death ratio, but I don't really care about that because I just want to play to enjoy it. I want to win. I prefer winning, at the expense of my kill death ratio, to losing to having like a really high one. That guy with his rockets every time. So I don't know, with this game, what I like about it is also what I don't like about it, and that's that everything takes a little bit longer to do. The aim speed takes a little bit longer, movement from side to side takes a little bit longer, movement up and down takes a little bit longer, sprinting is a little bit different, and I like that because it's unique. But at the same time, I don't like it because if you quit playing this game for a few days, you're gonna have to get used to it again. I was lucky, in my first round that I just happened to not completely suck, which obviously no one will know that, so that's too bad. But if you're gonna play this game, and I hope more people start playing this, and I don't think I'm gonna have any influence really on anybody, but I think this is a game that people should play more. Because it's great. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, when this game came out, I think around the time it came out, it was just this and Modern Warfare 2. And I was kind of torn between which one to choose, because at the time I was playing Modern Warfare 2 exclusively. And that was the first online shooter I'd ever played. And I was like, "Oh, this is the best." I wrote a journal entry about it in creative writing in high school about how it completely changed like my perspective on gaming. It's silly now, but at the time I was so into it. It's sad, but this and the other game, and this and Modern Warfare 3 were the two that people played. And I remember getting in an argument with the kid about which one was better. I thought this was better, and he said, "No, Modern Warfare 3 is better." He doesn't talk like that, but he was saying Modern Warfare 3 is better, and I was disagreeing, not respectfully 100%, but I was disagreeing. And I was lucky enough to sway one person's opinion into thinking that this was superior. So, overall, the divide is silly. But I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you want to see me play a game, let me know in the comments or send me a PM. Thanks for watching again. Have a good day.